welcome to my only second Azure Standard order. For those who don't know, Azure is a company out of Oregon, and they sell in bulk, and they deliver it throughout the country. They've started a few more routes, and they're called drops. So a bunch of people order from that drop, and they come on a certain day. Today's was a little late. Our driver had some truck issues with DOT and stuff, so it was a few hours late. So I'm getting this done a little late, and I've got to get up early in the morning. Obviously, I have a large family of 8, sometimes extras. But here is what we got. Purified sea salt. I was getting pretty low on regular salt. 25 pounds of carrots. Now these are technically seconds, so some of them might have legs. The kids quite love finding those ones. They're $25, so $1 a pound for organic carrots. And we've got raw walnuts. They're baker's pieces, so they are actually less expensive than the whole ones. And we use them in our granola that the kids love to add to their cereal. I kind of extend our cereal out with our granola. Small cashew pieces, which are for pretty much the same thing, but we'll probably end up snacking a little. And again, those are cheaper because they're pieces. They haven't been salted or anything. They're raw. Well, as raw as cashews can actually technically be. White corn masa. I thought it'd be fun to do some tortillas. And it's gluten-free. That means Hebby can have it. Tapioca starch. It's great for thickening, and especially in a gluten-free diet. A lot of people use it in their breads and stuff. I haven't really had success with bread that's gluten-free yet. Amaranth, it's an ancient grain that I wanted to give a try. I have my own grain mill. Or I think you can cook it up like you can whole wheat berries and eat it as a cereal. White quinoa. That's supposed to be good. Again, I haven't... These smaller bags are ones that I haven't had a chance to actually use because we either don't have in our area or I've never seen it until now. And it's got 6 grams of protein, so it's something good. So if there's a crazy situation, we can add protein to our diet. Maple sugar, I just had to try it. I didn't get a lot. It's a little expensive for my taste anyway. Coconut milk powder. Now we got the coconut cream powder last month and loved it for our brown rice and coconut. Absolutely loved being able to do it in a different, unique way. Hopefully I'll get that recipe out to you guys sometime. Potato starch is similar to the tapioca starch, as in I can use it as a thickener that's gluten-free. Raw walnuts. So those are a little bit more whole. And again, nice snack. Coconut flakes. And man, I was like shocked when I saw this. Grated Parmesan, 5 pounds. I didn't even think of how big it was. I guess, you know, I'll have to see if I can freeze some of it. We'll eat it. The kids like food. This one's Mama Scone Mix. This was a small try. It's gluten-free, and you know, so it's mostly for my husband. He's gluten-less is what I call it. He can be glutened to a degree without feeling sick, but not much. Almond blend, I'm going to try a few things with that for gluten-free. Oh, and it's got a white bread recipe on it, so hopefully I will maybe someday get a white bread recipe going for him. Raw sunflowers, again, that's for our granola or for snacking. This is liquid aminos. It's a soy sauce alternative for those who are gluten-free. He probably could still have some gluten you know, like a regular soy sauce, but we try to just reduce it for him. Pine nuts, again, for our granola or for snacking. Active dry yeast. Remember a year ago we couldn't find yeast? Well, 5 pounds of it. It'll last me a while. But I'll have it. Turbinado sugar. So this is a little bit more of a thicker crystal sugar. This is something that I used last month and I really liked it. It kind of reminds me of rock candy. Obviously we don't eat it like that. Cassava flour. And that's something else that you can make some form of tortillas in that are gluten-free. And they didn't have my smoked cheddar this month. I was so sad because that stuff is awesome. They also didn't have the smoked mozzarella, which I haven't tried yet, but that smoked cheddar was good. This is raw pepper jack cheese, so it hasn't been heated as much as what you would find in the local stores. And they sell it as a random weight is what they call it. So it's a 5 pound random weight, but I've always found it's been over 5 pounds for that smoked cheddar, and this one's over 5.5 pounds for the pepper jack. And we have mozzarella cheese. Again, that's, no, it doesn't say it's raw, but whole milk, low moisture. In the block, I can shred it. I've got plenty of that, or we can slice it for sandwiches or something. And I loaded up on spices this month. That was my main thing. I really wanted to get stocked in my pantry. This one's a try, so everybody in the house likes cheddar cheese anyway. I figured that might be good on some of my husband's homemade macaroni and cheese. Gluten-free, of course, for him. And that is gluten-free too. I always have to look. Rosemary leaves. I've been using those a lot in my soups that I've been canning. So I figured I better stock up on that for any time I start, because the local stores, if you really look at their prices, they're a lot more expensive than if you even go with Azure, and that's gluten-free and GMO. If you do some of the math, you'll find you're making out pretty good. Like the garbanzo beans. So the local store I have that I finally found them in, it was, I believe it was $2.99 a pound for garbanzo beans. And if I buy a 25-pound bag through Azure, it is just over $1 a pound. And yeah, it'll take us a while for garbanzo beans to go through, you know, for us to go through that 25 pounds, because I haven't used them a lot, so we're still experimenting with them. But they last a long time, depending upon if you keep them out of the moisture and so on. So it was worth it for us. Whole cloves, again, I can get it a lot cheaper if I go through Azure, per ounce or per pound or whatever, however they've got different things measured out in their unit pricing. Whole allspice, I don't think I found that at all at a local store. And I wanted to try both these spices for some pickled beets. And I've got ground allspice and chili peppers. Again, something else that's cheaper if I just try to buy bulk and try to buy it in their products. And we use it. Mushroom soup mix, or soup blend. I'm going to attempt to use that. We've got a chicken and mushroom casserole with rice that we really like. But I think I might try it in a slightly different way and use this stuff instead of the canned soup. And again, it's gluten-free. I don't know if the canned soup is. This one is, let's see if I can read, broccoli soup mix. Thought that would be yummy to make a soup or to add it in for flavoring for some meal. And this is a whole heck of a lot of garlic. So we do go through garlic a pretty good amount. We make a taco dip, and I use it in that, and I just use it in a lot of different things. So I actually have 6 pounds of garlic. And the reason that happened was last month I wanted to order some garlic. Well, last minute, they didn't have any. So I'm like, fine, I'm gonna order 2 different kinds. I'll order the 3 pounds of that and 3 pounds of that. And you know what? I got it all this time, which, again, I've got a pantry. I can do it. I can store that away and reuse it. It will not go to waste. It won't collect dust, maybe for a month or 2. Taco seasoning mix. We tried that last month, and I have another 2 bags of this. They might have gotten left out in the vehicle. I bought, I think, just a 1 pound bag of it last month, and we used it in like 2 or 3, very, very short amount of time. I think within a week or 2, it was gone. So it was definitely a thumbs up from the kids. We've got gluten-free organic pasta. This one doesn't show on here. Oh, it's corn. There you go. It's corn pasta, and my husband liked the texture of it while it was cooked. It definitely has a corn flavor to it. It's not going to be the same as, you know, your normal macaroni elbows that you're going to get into wherever. Cocoa powder or cacao powder? I don't know. Anyway, so that's a chocolate substitute. You can hear my dog playing with his bone. That's a chocolate substitute that I figured we could try and maybe make some of our own hot chocolate, or so you can smoothies, so I can change up some of my smoothies, and I can make it in my no-bake cookies. Yum. We've got, coconut cream powder. So we had the coconut milk powder, and that was over there. This one's the coconut cream powder, and this one I have actually had in our rice dessert rice dessert thing. Mini chocolate chips. That again will be for our oatmeal. Well, probably for breakfast oatmeal once in a while. I might add it into my coconut dessert, or into our granola. We've got dried cranberries again. You can see a theme this month was thinking about my granola and trying to stock up enough stuff for that. And that's probably partially what that'll go into, or it'll go into their breakfast for their oatmeal, or just a snack on. Citric acid. Now that is, for me, that's primarily used in cheese making. I like to make a little bit of cheese here and there. We don't really have access to farm fresh milk. I wish we did. It would be awesome, because that's the best. So, speaking of milk, this one is, what was this one? Because I got some that was, this one's the half and half. Okay. So we've got half and half milk, well, half and half creamer. We've got whole milk and whole milk there. So one of these two is seasonal whole milk, so that means that the cream line, look at that beautiful cream line, will be lower during the summer, so there'll be more cream, most likely during the summer. The other one is 6% cream all the time. We've got heavy whipping cream. Some of this I will freeze. And then what we do with that, we will freeze some of that. This one we'll probably save for some icebox cake. This one I'll probably use in my coffee. The cool thing about this is cool grass-fed, yum, because it actually, one of my kids has psoriasis, and it actually helps clear their psoriasis if we're using grass-fed meats or milks. Also, the A2 gene is in all the cows. I can't really tell you a lot about it. I haven't learned about the A2 all that much. It's supposed to be better for you and so on. But what draws me to buying this milk, even though it is more expensive than the store, is the fact that it is vat pasteurized and it has the cream on top. So the store-bought stuff that you would usually get from, I don't want to throw out necessarily names of different brands, but they don't have that cream line. That's a natural thing in milk, is to have that cream line. That means they have processed it so much, and during their processing, they're heating it up so high that they are creating less, you're getting less nutrients from it, and then they're having to add nutrients in. And then, but I mean, this is so much more much closer to what we were intended. I mean, humans aren't necessarily intended to drink milk all their lives, but this is closer to nature. This is closer to how it was created. We've got sour cream. Been going through a lot of that lately. Making taco dip. My children love it, and I've got one child that is eating it, well, when she feels like it. And we've got 30 pounds of peanuts. Again, a snacking thing, or for my granola that the kids like. And we've got sweet brown rice. I use this for that rice dessert, and I really got to show you guys that recipe, because we used to use canned coconut milk, but we came up with using the powder, and oh my goodness, so good. Plus I used to use some sort of sweet rice from a natural store or that I found, but this one is just as good. Mushroom popcorn. So no, it doesn't taste like mushrooms. It was something that I had ordered last month, but they accidentally labeled the bag, they labeled a bag of einkorn as my mushroom popcorn, so I didn't get it. But I got it this month, and this is named because of the way it pops. We haven't tried this. Yes, I still got a 25-pound bag. It's popcorn. We're gonna eat it, no matter what. Whole wheat berries. These ones are hard white. Last month I didn't get any hard white wheat berries. I got the hard red and soft white, but I needed to stock up on the hard white. So that I got, what, 2 50-pound bags. That should last us probably 2 to 3 months, because we have to grind it by hand, so we don't use too much flour, and we mostly use it while the husband is at work. And spelt grain, I think that was another ancient grain that I wanted to try it. I found when I tried the einkorn grain last month, that was really good bread. So hopefully the spelt will be just as good. Hopefully I did not miss anything. It's been a long day, and I have another long few days. See how much liquid aminos we got. Again, that will last us several months. That might last us, it could very easily last us 6 months. You know, buying in bulk, yeah, you have to have the space to store some of it, but you do save a decent amount of money. And some of these things I'm not going to have to purchase again for a few months. Other things, like, we can easily go through one of those blocks of cheese in a month. Obviously I'll have to, depending on, the milk was a try this month too, but again, I wasn't worried about it because it's fresh milk. Yum. As close as I can get to the cow anyway. And I grew up on some of that stuff. The gluten-free pasta, that really depends upon how much my husband uses it. The yeast will obviously, that will last us several months, but I won't have to run to the store if we have a shortage again. And I'll just store it in my freezer, and so it'll last quite some time. So there is my, what month is it? May Azure order. And again, that'll last us quite a while. But it's fun to get all the new stuff and try different things and see what other people have. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Until next time. Okay. As usual, something gets forgotten in my haul. This time it didn't get left out in the car. It got put on the couch. Luckily we found it before either the dog or before it thawed all the way up. So this is summer sausage. It's uncured beef. And there used to be this sweet little Mennonite store that was close by us that we would get our smoked cheddar, which was why I tried it from Azure, because we loved it. And we used to get smoked summer sausage, as well as their grass-fed hamburger and several other things. And just like the grass-fed milk, this was really good for one of our kids' psoriasis. It actually helped clear some of it up. So I had to try it. These ones were on sale this last time. I'm not sure if they're on sale anymore. Probably not. They seem to go like for a month. This one is organic original. So again, it's a try me, so I don't know what original necessarily tastes like for them. Roasted garlic. And then another roasted garlic and another original. And there goes the dog with his bone and toys and stuff. But they were something that we had liked from that store, so they were something we really wanted to try again while they were on sale, just to do a try me. And we probably could get away with one meal with one of these for all 8. You know, maybe not, probably, possibly. Anyway, that, I think, possibly, maybe, completes my May haul from Azure. Lotus, say hi. Lotus. That's my squeaky dog.